an attempt at gracefulness. There's a subtle kind of S-curve. We'll let the lines start to suggest where they want to go. As you start to find the rhythm of these, see if you can make each line sort of rhyme with the one before it. Or kind of pick up on the same energy, the same flow. This is something that definitely benefits from being warmed up, but then it is a warm-up, so. They're barely curving, they sort of create a curve by the relationship. Struggling there. If you're getting a lot of dry spots, it means your ink is drying on the nib, or you're out of ink. But moisten the nib with some water before going back to the paper. I'm going to try and make some more of these kind of braided S-curves. I kind of like how those last ones came out. A lot of broken parts in that. It's okay. We're just getting the feel of the tool. And also, I've noticed subconsciously that I've been choking up on the nib a lot more. The guy who taught me how to draw with a nib is an artist named Tim Gula. There's some really cool videos of him out online. I haven't talked to Tim in like 15 years, but he was a great mentor at a time. But he learned how to draw with ink from a famous comic book artist, French comic book artist named Jean Garral, aka Mobius. Mobius is one of the great comic book artists of all time. Amazing ink drawer. Anyway, Tim had very specific ideas about what a good ink drawing should look like. And I feel like he would hate my ink drawings now. I don't know. But I don't know that that my work exhibits the values that he holds. And I'm struggling with some of these S-curves. Anyway, Tim is he is a very flowing, his whole thing is about a very smooth flow. And I've always kind of had a staccato rhythm, like a broken rhythm to my drawing when it's at its best. And I'll try doing some other curves. Anyway, it's weird to think about mentors and how relationships change. And I mean, Tim really believed in me as an artist, but I never thought that I could. He never was really happy with my ink drawing. But, you know, he learned from, like I said, he learned from Mobius. And I think his idea of what great ink drawing was had everything to do with that relationship. That was sort of his ideal. That was what he was trying to achieve, was some kind of version of what Mobius was doing. And it's too far away from who I am. Although I actually do love Mobius, and I think I have a lot in common with Mobius, but just in terms of how I draw with ink. I learned all my technique and these sort of practice drills, I guess, from Tim. Learned them from Mobius. But to wave again. I'll try and find a video of Tim drawing. He's so good. He's a great teacher too. It's funny how I hadn't heard from him like I said, I haven't talked to him in 15 years, and he's someone that made a big impact on me as an artist. And then I found someone did some interviews with him online, and he was talking, and just everything came back, and I was like, wow, he was a great teacher, just in the words they used. A good nib will last you a really long time. The thing about nibs is, they're all machine produced, but they're not all the same. That was a bad line. Meaning that, let's say 5 out of 100 nibs are amazing. You hope they last forever. They just always, the ink flows off just right. And then there's another 5 out of 100 that are garbage. And they just never seem to work. And the other 90 out of 100 are pretty much, they're kind of in between. But they sort of can break in. You can break them in, they kind of have their own life cycle. And, a nib that's kind of maybe you struggle with in the beginning can become very comfortable. I definitely know it's weird. I want to think these are all the same. They're all manufactured nibs. But I'll know, I have another nib over in my case where I'm I should just switch to that one. I know that it flows just a little bit differently. Anyway, I'm kind of just filling in some of the gaps here, but we're about done with this page. Again, make sure it dries.